Diamond Twins on Orange Esports. And if they can continue to snowball off of that, that is going to be their win condition.
All right, well, we're jumping back into the game. They've hopefully got things figured out here. So far, a minute in, I would say it's pretty safe on both sides.
Yep. Well, let's take a look again at this matchup because we mentioned this in the second game, I believe. Yeah, with the carry Beatrix matchup, you usually just see the Beatrix winning out in lane based on that kill pressure, right? The poke that he has. But look at this, Chaknu. There you go. That's what we expected from Chaknu on the Franco. These aggressive hooks. And this time, Orange actually not too aggressive into the enemy jungle, knowing that Akai clears pretty fast, kind of tanky, pretty hard to kill in that early stage of the game.
Yeah, Omega recognizes that these early stages are going to be very important for them to take control of. The same thing can be said for Orange. They know they have to be careful not to get caught out by Chaknu. And I'm very interested personally to see how well Ballman jungle will perform on the MSC stage.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it before, right, in other MPL regions and everything, and it usually can work out. Again, it's a little bit safer, right? But you always kind of have that surprise factor as well. And then he has the jungle emblem that could work out. So they're already going to force the flicker out here from Chaknu. Renzio now tried to help too. The turtle should be up in just about a second. And we'll see which team actually decides to give it a go.
It's actually Orange who has the power spike here. Min doesn't really have the Fatal Links just yet, but Born already going in for the Falling Star Moon there, and it's going to be a fight.
Yeah, Renzio's in trouble as he's going to be focused on. Turtle still going to be going back and forth. He finds a hook here. Born's in trouble. There you go. First blood going over to Chaknu. Meanwhile, Turtle's going to be secured here by Omega. So they find a kill. It's a 1-for-1.
I don't think that's too bad of a trade for either team, though. Orange Esports only end up losing Born, and they did force out the heavy spin from Omega to do it. But here, Man gets caught.
Yeah, this is what Omega likes to do with the Franco. They get that early aggression, and they use it to just scale it to max. The thing is, right now, Chaknu has been the one who has secured both of the kills they have. And yes, that might be a problem here, right? Because they're not getting their carries, the gold.
Yeah, I mean, in best case scenario, you give it to the carries, right? But at the same time, like Chaknu, if he has 2 early kills, you know, what's he going to do, right? Maybe he'll be a little more confident in the plays, especially flickering in later on. Flicker, Bloody Hunt, that could work out in his favor. But so far, Orange Esports, they just have to be careful, again, to avoid those setups, allow themselves to buy time themselves, because, yeah, Min is going to be looking for those Fatal Link setups. Meanwhile, Gary has damage potential there. It could be right now. Gets the Fatal Links off. Valen's trying to pump out the damage. There's the Dawning Light. He finds Min. That's going to be an Iron Hook landed as well. Double kill for Kelra. Gary's in trouble now. Triple kill. 1, 2, 3.
Just 2 more kills for the Filipino Savage to get that Savage, but this is Omega. Again, when they're pressured, this is when they actually start to perform well, right? Orange Esports, they were trying to do the same thing they did in the previous game, but unfortunately for them, Omega, they have the early game pressure with this Franco, with Kelra on the Beatrix. It doesn't really change much. It's all about that mid lane prio that we mentioned in the keys to victory for Orange, right? What they need to do is control that mid lane just so that Omega can't stall the game out. Now that Omega have the mid control for sure, it's going to be very rough for Orange.
Yeah, this is just basically the best start Omega could ask for. Not only do they have 5 kills, 3 of those are on Kelra, and we know how scary the Beatrix gets, but here in the mid lane.
Yeah, Man, he's not having a good time, right? 2 deaths in the last 4 minutes of the game, as that will actually convert really well for Omega onto another turtle. So Omega, they don't even want to stall, I believe. They just want to take this they want to take this lead, translate it into more in the mid game, and more maybe just end it off in the 13th minute.
Yeah, like I said, I asked Sadafa, right, what does Smart Omega have to do for this game? And do they wait for those timers, those Omega timers, or do they just match the aggression and look to end the game as fast as possible? Right now, they're on those first steps, right? 3K gold lead at this point, 5 minutes in, they have the 2 turtles. And like you mentioned, Kelra, this is the best case scenario when you're on that Beatrix, right? This is your comfort hero, and you already have 3 kills. So at this point, he's feeling good. So Orange Esports, they have to find some way to handle that. Again, they have to just watch out for those hooks.
Kelra is literally 2 levels up on Valence right now. Definitely not a comfortable spot for Orange Esports, but Omega definitely want to play around this timing. Now that they've already gotten some, they're looking for more.
There's the hook, right? It's landed, Min is taken out, and they can continue to do that. Smart Omega just finding pick after pick.
very rough. When Kelra has 3 kills in lane in a winning matchup as well, it's going to be tough for the enemy gold laner. And even in the top side here, Born, he wants to pressure Renzio. But the thing, wait, Renzio, consecration, what?
Okay, little over, I don't know if that's overconfidence or what exactly happened, but he gets taken out. So they find a kill, right? Orange Esports, but their bottom is completely destroyed. I expect a lane swap coming up too.
Yeah, that's a bit uncharacteristic of Renzio, but not too big of a blow to Omega right now. They are still 3K ahead, 6 minutes into the game. And again, they want to make use of this momentum, continue catching people out. Min, he tends to be quite vulnerable to these hooks when he is playing on this Atlas, which is kind of weird considering that he usually is aware of them most of the time, but just goes to show that there are some differences in headspace based on what hero you're playing.
All right, now they find another pick off here. Born is taking out Fiddlings, is going to come down. They're trying to return it. They are going to be running here. Smart Omega's in trouble. Renzio falls. Orange Esports finding one. Gary still on the aggression, finds another shutdown. Give him a double before he falls himself. But nice pickup here by Orange Esports.
And this gives so much space for Valence to farm up top, right? I was about to say, this was really smart by Omega. The fact that they win the bottom side gold lane, and they convert over to the mid lane instead of matching the carry up top because of that lacking mid lane pride that Orange has. But again, based on so far the series, Min has been so crucial, and there he is again trying to flip those fights. He gets it, and now Gary, he's back even, I feel like, even might be ahead slightly compared to Ryzen.
Yeah, he's a little bit ahead. I mean, Ryzen's got tons of assists, right? But this is good positioning for Gary specifically. Now, Min, he's struggling a little bit, but when he finds those picks, it's, oh my goodness, that's just too much damage from Kelra already. I believe he already has a Malefic Roar too at this point, so he is going to be melting people with just the Wesker alone.
Kelra instantly just taking advantage of that miscalculation by Born. He got hit by the first sniper shot, thought, I can tank it, jumps in with the falling star moon, another sniper shot straight to the face, gives another free kill, and here comes Ryzen in the backline.
Ryzen trying to find something with the heavy spin. Man could be in trouble. They are going to be looking for the Fatal Links setup. Not just yet. They don't connect. That's tough here for Orange Esports. Dawning Light's going to come out, dodges the hook. So far, so good.
At this point, I feel like anyone who Chaknu hooks will just get bursted down by Kelra. I feel like the items are just too much here, but Omega, they're going to the bottom side. Renzio is behind compared to Born, so he might just be caught out here. He needs to be very, very careful there in that bottom side, not to overextend, but Kelra's looking for something with Chaknu.
Oh, Chaknu flickers in with a bloody hunt. Born, he's still, okay, he gets taken down here. Kelra also finding Born, so tough plays. I mean, this is, again, pace setting. They have to watch out. Look at the damage coming out from Kelra.
This is just a butterfly effect from Omega. The moment they gave that triple kill in the first couple minutes to Kelra, it was all downhill for Orange, and just complete ball in Omega's court. Right now, it's going to be very difficult for them to end up losing the game unless they make a big mistake. However, we have to note, Orange has the form of that in a big combo. The Fatal Links into the lethal counter. So Omega, they still have to play quite safely towards that late game.
That's what I'm worried about, though. Yes, Orange Esports, they have a team fight composition, a lot of AoE damage, but with Ryzen, they can nullify all of that. When you go for that engage, when you land that Fatal Links, all Ryzen needs to do is pop that heavy spin. Everyone, it becomes a messy team fight, and Omega, they just benefit off of that so much with Kelra. That's so ahead. Wow, he just melts down. They didn't even need the retribution there.
That's the thing, right? When you're this far ahead, you pretty much have free reign over the objectives, and Orange Esports just has to continue to buy time. Meanwhile, we were talking about in the draft, Smart Omega could buy time, but it's completely flipped here. So they find another turret, and at this point, Smart Omega in the driver's seat.
Lightning Trunky and also purchased on Add 2 Max, so the Xavier is slowly scaling up as well. Eventually, Orange, they do not have to mind the Beatrix. They also have to think about the mid laner on the side of Omega, all while they're trying to avoid Chaknu and Ryzen. This is why this draft from Orange just feels a little bit too risky. Going around that Atlas and Eve really hasn't worked out too well for them in the past.
Yeah, they're going to try to defend this bottom side, and honestly, Omega, they're just going to punish this, right? This is why it's just, again, so rough for Orange. When Kelra got that initial triple kill, now he just snowballs. It's just so tough to stop Beatrix from snowballing once he gets that initial gold. Because look, he's just zoning everyone with the Brenner. I thought that was gonna hit. He takes down turrets like a monster here. And look, finally we see the Heptaseas. I was kind of questioning, right? Why didn't they go for the Heptaseas in most of these games? Actually, all the games. Kelra has actually avoided that item, but now with the snowball going on, that's when it's actually worth it. That's when you get that shock factor from the Wesker, even from the Snipes. Min trying for a desperate play here.
Yeah, but this is on Ryzen, right? If he just decides to heavy spin, it's not, I mean, like you said, it's going to cause chaos for that team fight, and that's not what Orange Esports wants. But Smart Omega not going to just drive into the base, you know, carelessly, because they also don't want this to slip out of their hands.
Yeah, absolutely. Omega now is going to be at peak pressure point. They are, of course, in the advantage. They have the lead. They have control. They just need to make sure that they don't lose control of it. And that is, of course, their specialty. That is why they are called the lower bracket meta. But now Born might be out of position.
Oh, there's the heavy spin. It's going to lock down Born. Look at the damage coming out from Keller already. Doesn't connect on that one, but Renzio should be able to find the kill, and he does. Meanwhile, now Min is in trouble. Can he actually escape this? Renzio not going to commit. Going under the turret, he is going to be zoned out just a little bit. Gary trying to help the team out. Conceal's going to be popped. Ooh, Iron Hook not going to connect there.
Max range, barely, almost getting the pick there. But yeah, Orange, they're just trying to defend here at this point. The render shot does not connect, and that's the lethal wonder. The lethal counter pop. Gary gets hooked though.
Yeah, there's the hook. Iron Hook's going to land. Gary should be fine. Meanwhile, in the top lane, they find another kill on Valens. Smart Omega not going to let up here. Born now back up. Should be able to still defend. Smart Omega just assaulting. I mean, until the next Lord comes up in about 10 seconds.
This is a rough spot for Orange Esports. Very comfortable for Omega, though. Again, Kelra just getting that snowball started all of this. And now, even though Min wants to look for those big catches with the Fatal Links, when he can lose half his HP in a single shot from the Beatrix, it is very difficult for literally anyone on Orange Esports to try and make anything happen.
Yeah, and it just doesn't really feel like it's Orange Esports' base anymore, right? They're just constantly getting poked from across the map by the Dawning Light. The render shot also just zoning them away. And guess what? Kelra outranges everyone in Orange Esports' draft. They don't even need the retribution there, to be frank, but they use it just to secure it even better.
They learned the lesson.
Yeah, they learned. Yeah.
Don't hold the retribution, you know? Might as well use it here, even if you have the massive lead. There's going to be a hook, but it is on Min, so they should be fine. So now they just wait for the Lord to push up here. Honestly, Orange Esports is really struggling with what they decided to draft. Let's take a quick look at the items.
Yeah, we can see that Kelra, he is literally already full build. He has all of his items, and these are not cheap items as well. That is a BOD. The rest of the team, very close. Valens, oh my god.
That was a basic attack.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're talking about scaling here. Now, Lord's still in the mid lane. The turret's going to go down in the bottom as they look at the damage just coming out from Kelra as he gets a double kill. And Smart Omega could be looking to take this to game number 5 right now. Orange Esports trying to do the best. The lockdown coming out from Jack New. Triple kill for Kelra. That's going to be the Maniac. Is he going to become the Savage of Southeast Asia?
The Filipino Savage getting a Savage here.